Hello Aries, welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy, and Happy New Year. This is our first reading of the new year together outside of the group reading that I did it's a couple weeks ago now, I guess, right? Well, actually, that was before the new year, so hey, it's the first time. You'll notice I'm in a different space. There's a whole explanation for that, as well as the type of reading that I'm doing today and big changes going on in my life. But instead of saying all that at the beginning of every video, I created a video that came out in the middle of last week. To say that because I'm making this now. And there's a link in the description about all of that you can go and you can watch the reading to find out why I'm sitting in a different space, what big changes are happening to me, and how those big changes created this reading that you're all going to get. The Void of Course Moon reading. There is an extended at the end of this as well. And in the extended, I just continue to pull out cards to see where the energy from the future, your next cycle, continues to go. The link to that is at the top of the description. Now, the Void of Course Moon. I will explain this in each reading. So a Void of Course Moon is basically, if you think about the moon, it goes through all 12 zodiacs in a 28-day period of time. So every month it goes through the 12 zodiacs. As it's going in and out of these zodiac signs, there's a void of course energy. And that could be minutes, it can be hours, where it's no longer in the past zodiacal energy, but it's also not in the new one yet. So it sits in its own energy. And a true void of course moon is when it's like that for a full day. That's a true void of course. So there is, you can look that up because it's quite interesting. It's quite a bit to read on that. So this is a Void of Course Moon reading for everyone this week. I'm going to look at, so when you're in the void, in this void, which to me is going to represent, you have the strongest influence on your destiny. The choices that you make are without influence. This is all about you, this void. It's your energy. Like the moon, you are free for a short period of time from things from your past that are pulling on you, things from your future that are trying to get you to go forward. You're free of that. So there'll be some talk about that. And I'll look at what the cycle is that you're leaving and what the cycle is that you're going into. And I'm going to do that with all sorts of oracle cards and a tarot deck. So we're going to get started first with the actual Moonology deck. I am going to use that. The Void of Course Moon card sits out all week. It's there for everybody, but we all are going to have different energies in these readings. Aries. Aries. The Void of Course Moon reading for Aries. I feel like I forget to look up the camera. It's so far away. So I'm sorry if I feel a little bit rude. Or if it seems I'm a little bit rude. I'm sorry if I feel a little bit rude. Give me a chance to, oh, that's good. Get back into my groove here. I'm not going to say anything yet. I'm not going to say anything. Because I got more cards to go. My little animal deck, which is the one that inspired me, was hiding a card to do this reading. I'll probably do fairies next week, but this was, I felt very inspired to do this. Oh, wow. Wow, what a fascinating combination. It's just pushing to come out. Carrying connections in the sun. And then you have Goddess of the Moon here. Carrying connections in the sun was in a split. I'm not taking cards yet. You just sit back and relax. You just sit back and relax. I feel funny not at my desk though. I do look kind of funny not at my desk. Ooh, interesting. Oh yeah, and tarot card. Wow. Very empowering energy, Aries, I have to actually say. And the combination, the way the cards is coming out, is telling a very clear story. I'm going to show you your past cycle. What is the cycle that your void of course moon is leaving? Maybe you're still kind of in this past cycle. Maybe you're full on in it. Maybe you're feeling yourself exiting from it, or maybe you're, you know, I've exited this. I'm done. I'm kind of in the void of course now. So you just kind of see where you sit in here, because energy is different. Timing is different for everyone. So the past cycle, full moon in Virgo, you are good enough. Dragonfly spirit. Truth transcends illusion. Man holding the heart. And the Hermit. Aries, it looks like you have done a lot of internal reflection. You have, I want to say, spent a lot of time recognizing yourself, recognizing your own value, realizing that you are good enough for whatever it is that you wish or hope or dream of. Now, it's really interesting here to have the truth transcends illusion, and we have the man holding the heart. And the combination of this with the Hermit, can you guys see it? Sorry. I tried to get as much of the table in as I could. So you're good enough. Truth transcends illusion, man holding the heart, and Hermit. I feel like kind of almost a perspective outside of yourself. Looking at your life from out of the box here. Looking at your life as if you are not the person in it. If this was a friend of yours, or, you know, like that. Because I think that's actually a really good way to look at any aspect of your life that maybe you are not seeing clearly. Now, this is the past, so I feel like you're kind of not seeing it clearly, thinking, would I allow, if I had a friend confiding me in this, would I let them go through that? Or how would I see it from a different perspective? What do they need to look at? So what do I need to look at? Asking yourself, what do I need to look at here? You are good enough. Truth transcends illusion, and man holding the heart. I really feel like if there's been connections in the past that didn't measure up, or you don't feel that people saw your worth or your value, you're seeing through that. You've seen through that. You see through that, and you're moving beyond it. Because it's quite interesting when you go into the void. Remember your past. You had truth transcends illusion. The void, the space that is truly just your energy. Nothing affects it but you. Owl spirit, you see clearly now. How cool is that, right? Like being at a point in the past where you're trying to see through the illusion, try to understand the truth. The truth of the matter is to recognize your value. And it looks like you've been working on that. You see your value, and anything that doesn't, I guess, come to you with value, well, now you see it clearly. You have a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. It's interesting because it's your card. So there you are in all your energy. I'm gonna wiggle my chair back a bit. Try to, I'm gonna have to adjust this a bit. Anyways, sorry. Then you have victory, right? We already looked at the owl. You see clearly now. And the Page of Swords. I feel like you're really coming into your energy here. You have victory cards, 2 cards here that represent victory, actually. One here in the void and one in the future. You're really fueled and passionate here. Full moon. This is your full cycle here. You're coming into a full cycle for you. The void of course moon energy, I've been trying to kind of be flexible. I mean, I've only done Aquarius and Pisces so far, because the void of course moon can be like an hour or two, or a full day to be at a full on. So you can see that there can be different amounts of time that this takes place. I almost feel like this could almost be a full moon cycle for you because of the full moon in Aries, your void of course. An opportunity for you to make choices that are not influenced by outside sources, that are not influenced by any ideals of what the future could be. Not strongly anyways. I mean, you may have your own ideals moving forward, and not influenced by energy from the past that may have left you confused. This is all about you seeing clearly, seeking victory, and looking for the signs to get going. This is almost like I've completed my knowledge in this aspect. I know now, and I'm ready for whatever I'm ready to learn now in the new cycle. It's very, very actually strong. So the future energy, Aries, like the future cycle for you, your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. That feels very tangible with Capricorn. And look at that, we're going from a full moon into a new moon. It does feel like there's something very lunar here for you. In terms of, oh, I actually have a calendar. We already had a full moon. The new moon is on the 13th. Or no, yeah. And then the full moon is on the 28th. So if that means anything to you. Then you have Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacles. Yin Yang. And the Six of Wands. There's that other victory, that other success card. So moving into the future, I feel like there's going to be some sort of obstacles here with the Rhino Spirit, but your hard work is paying off, and you have balance here. You have the balance of yin and yang. You have the balance between masculine and feminine. You have the magic number 22, and then you have success, victory. Whatever obstacles that you're going to approach in your future cycle, I feel that you've worked on that. You've done the hard work here. You've looked at yourself. You've looked at yourself critically, in a critical way, and you've looked at things that have taken place around you in a critical way also, so that you could really see what the truth is. At least the truth for you. You know, your truth may not be the same as someone else's truth, because we're all living different lives through one set of eyes, right? And one experience. We can see glimpses and aspects of other people's lives, but at the end of the day, each one of us is on a journey, and it's really important that we understand our truth. And this is really what your reading is about. Really knowing the truth for you and what it is that you seek. So whatever these obstacles are, I don't think they're going to be difficult for you to surpass. And you find balance. Like, even if this is, if there's some sort of, if in the past this obstacle may have been frustrating to you, or it may have thrown you off maybe emotionally or mentally or in some aspect, I feel like you keep a balance here. And by doing that, you take yourself right into victory, right into success. So, let's clarify a couple things. Let's clarify a couple of things. I want to look at the truth transcends illusion for you. Some of the, oh, look at this. This is number 22 also. Look at that. The past is trying to understand the truth, and it's number 22. And the future is bringing opposite energies together, and it is also 22. Balancing yourself. The truth transcends illusion. Truth transcends illusion. The Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. It feels so much like this "You Are Good Enough" card with the full moon in Virgo, with the 9 of Pentacles, and your direction here. Your direction is based on how much you invest in yourself. Your direction is like learning that your direction is based on how much you invest in yourself, how much you appreciate yourself, and how much you value positive aspects of you and growing on those. But because the Hermit is here, like it doesn't, having said all that, that could also come off as someone who's kind of egotistical, maybe high on themselves. But with the Hermit here, this is really taking the time to look within and looking at the hard stuff too that needs to be looked at. Not just seeing, oh, I got this going on, I got that going on, great. Like that's not really awakened. That isn't really moving forward in alignment with your deeper self. So that's what this is. In alignment with your deeper self and recognizing your worth and reaching it on this level, but you also recognize other people's worth. That's what I mean. This does not feel really egotistical. The man holding the heart, and sometimes I kind of feel bad for this guy because like there's something here that was perhaps part of the illusion. Man holding the heart. The Queen of Swords, the 9 of Wands, the 4 of Pentacles, and the Justice card. You're basically cutting out and moving on from anything that is exhausting and doesn't move forward. Anything that's exhausting and doesn't move forward. And by moving on from that, you allow the universe to correct karmic imbalance. Ah, yin and yang coming into your future. That's really good. This fiery climax. What is this fiery climax for Aries? You have the 3 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Lovers. That's an interesting energy. I'm getting actually 2 messages with this. I'm getting the message of finding new ideas, finding new inspiration, being the one who makes the choices based on these new ideas and inspiration in the void, right? Because it's all about your energy. Being the one who makes the choices. And this could literally be something that you put your work into, that you put your passion into, how you earn your money, or how you give of yourself to your community. That's one of the messages that I'm getting. The next message that I'm getting with this as well, so take whichever resonates, or maybe both do, is something that perhaps you may have wished for or hoped for at some time. And it could be based on a relationship. I don't know that it's for everyone. It feels a little more strongly about the first scenario, but something worth putting the work into. So what's the victory you got going on here, Aries? The victory in the void. Funny. Wow, you have the Queen of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, and the King of Swords. That's interesting because the King of Swords is like the Justice energy, like it's Libra. Like Libra energy. I feel like if there's the King of Swords is coming off as very clinical to me in this little pile. There's something to be clinically looked at in relationships of celebration in the past, relationships that were very nurturing. There's something clinical to be taken here. What is this? What is the clinical energy of this? It's to move on. It's literally to move on and wonder what's out there. The 2 of Wands and the Page of Cups. So whatever this is in the past, with the truth transcending illusion and the man holding the heart, cutting out anything that exhausts you, and in a way exhausts you because it just never moves anywhere. It just doesn't grow, it doesn't expand. Nothing becomes of it. It's just stagnant and still and stuck. This is part of that victory. And moving beyond that into the possibilities of what exists out there. And then you have 2 pages. You have the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups. Like very youthful, energized, ready to go energy. So, what are some of the obstacles? Overcoming these obstacles. What could these obstacles be? For Aries. Well, you know what? You're kind of doing it in the right order. You have the Fool card and the Magician. Starting again from scratch in a way. Starting from scratch and manifesting. With the Magician, I always like to say he has all the tools that he needs in front of him, but which one will he use in what order? Do you use the Wand, the Cup, the Sword, or the Pentacle first? You're using the Pentacle first. Are you investing in yourself? Do you need to invest in yourself? Do you need to invest physically or monetarily into some sort of a plan here for you? If you're using the Wand, do you need to go have a very passionate approach? Do you need to follow your gut? Do you need to think outside of the box about this? If you're using the Sword, do you need a strategic plan? Do you need to sit down and write down all the pros and the cons and come out with an idea for yourself? If you're using the Cups, how does it make you feel? Like, just, you know, after all of that, is this going to make you happy? There you go. That's how to overcome the obstacles. Look at it like that. And then I think you'll know what order to use each one of these tools in as you manifest. The Yin and the Yang. The Five of Cups and the Judgment card. Something from the past that was disappointing. At least the energy of disappointment and rising up above that. Rising up above what has felt disappointing, what hasn't worked out in the past. And this, well, being able to do that would definitely balance your energy again. The Six of Wands. The Six of Wands for Aries. The Six of Wands for Aries. Bing, bang, boom. Look at you. The Knight of Swords. Actually, the Knight of Swords came out first. The Knight of Swords and the King of Wands. There you are. Like, really, totally got your mojo. Got your mojo going on. You're in your full empowerment and strength. You're owning your throne. And you're charging forward when you need to. There you go. Wow, that was easy. All right. The Page of Swords is at the bottom again. So that's it. I can't think of anything else to clarify, guys. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to go do the extended. I'm going to see where this goes, where this energy continues to go into the future. For you, the link is at the top of the description. Thank you for coming into my dining room space with me. Until next time, Aries, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.